Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back along to another first look here with Simulation for the Nation. Today we are looking at Knuston Farm, or I believe some may even call it Knuston Farm. I will leave that up to you. This is available for PC users only, I'm afraid, at the moment, but it is available for download from fsuk.com, so make sure you go over there, sign in, download it, and most importantly rate it, because I truly do think this is worth rating. There's a lot of hard work gone into this. I'm going to show you where and why I think that in the next 10 minutes or so. We find ourselves, I'll bring up my map here, we're kind of down in the southeast corner a little bit. We're on the south side of the tracks, on the other side of the tracks as they say, and we're going to have a little bit of a drive around. You can see there are a few different types of road networks here. The one we're currently on right now is a bit of a dirt track. If you have a look around here, for example, you can see it's just a bit of a mud track that leads around the side of the fields and under railway bridges and everything else, which is pretty cool in itself. Over rivers and far away. The little red lines you can see on the map here are main roads, or kind of like tarmac roads. There we have a train sailing past, which is awesome. Now this map is by Petorious. You can find it on FSUK, as I mentioned there. He's had a lot of help from a lot of people and it is looking fantastic. He's done a really good job of some parts of this map, I must say. I've been a fan of Knuston actually for many years. I believe I remember it in FS15, played it very briefly in 17, but I remember Knuston before the extension, so when it was just everything on the east side of the railway line, so it's added quite an extension since then. For the most part it is predominantly arable, however with the placeable system you can of course add in your own livestock areas should you wish to. The land is split up into 9 different fields, or 9 different land parcels you can buy, which I think is a good idea. That gives you a little bit of an option from the get-go. Let's keep our map up. But the one thing I really do like it's just the level of detail we've got of the nature. The train, like coming under the train tracks, I think is fantastic. It's really nice. A lot of good detail around the countryside. What we're going to do here, for example, if I just jump out, there is a train. There it goes. I just love the main train line that splits up the map here. I really just think it adds quite a bit of detail to it all. The river that splits through 90 degrees from the train track also is very well detailed there. It really does look like a typical kind of countryside scene you'd see anywhere. Fields vary in sizes. There are some monstrously big fields, there are some average sized fields and a few smaller ones as well, a few unique shapes to it. The river has plenty of field crossings. If we were to take that little route there, it's going to take us to fields 17, 18 and 19, but we're going to take the main kind of track back. We're going to head through the south side of field 5 here, which I remember harvesting that field on FS15, truth be told. We're going to follow the road around. We're going to check out the store first. We're going to have a little wander to see what's down there, and then before we head back up to the yard and look at the wonders that we start with. There are some pretty impressive lineup of equipment, let's say that much. That's a nice little field in there, paddock on the side of to our right here. To be honest, if that was me, I might make that into a little livestock area, given what's available. We have some buildings now. This is where you start. This is your starter house, your save point. Nice size house there. We're going to keep on following around. You can see field 3 here that we're coming up to is pretty big, one of the biggest, maybe 1, 2 and 8. Oh, and 9's huge as well. Don't forget field 9, that's massive. But yeah, some pretty big fields. And yeah, I really just do like it. Very overgrown. You can see he's trying to make a little ditch effect with the water into the hedge there, which I think looks very nice. But yeah, just all in all a very nice looking map, to be honest there. And very much worthwhile having a download if you are more interested in the arable aspect. Then this will provide you with everything you need in terms of just large fields and lots to go at. Nice looking little country scene here. Cars are now part of the road network, so we're just going to be a good motorist and let that car get out of the way. Let's see what we have down here, shall we? A bit of a lay-by with a milk truck parked in there. We've got our store first and foremost, nice area, a nice large store to purchase any new equipment that we need. Moving on around here, that's our lay-by. We've got a petrol station there. Coming on down to the BGA. So you will always have an opportunity to sell plenty of silage should you want to. Even if you don't have livestock, you can always make plenty of silage. It's not going to let me in. BGA there. That looks like our dairy and possibly even our country store here. What time does this open? Should be open now. There we go. So we got a sell point there. Horticultural supplies and straw sell point. Very nice. Plenty of ways to make a bit of money. Ooh, cop. So it's a nice small little kind of town. See, you don't need too much. You just need all of the essentials to make the game work, I suppose. Which I do quite like. We're gonna pick this hairpin, shoot up the hill past the church, see what's up here. Now this is the description says that typically this farm requires a lot of larger equipment, and they do start you with some large equipment and allow you to kind of crack on with some 6 and 8 meter cultivators, for example. What's it here? Oh, a nice little grass field. That's pretty nice. Nice size, nice and close to the VJ. Shoot back down the way we came. We're going to take this main kind of spine road that goes all the way up between fields 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. Head to the main yard, see what's awaiting us up there. There is a lot of detail added to the little tracks, like I mentioned. Makes it a little bit more interesting. Yes, there's not a main road that divides the two up there, but I don't necessarily think that's always a problem. I think if you have the infrastructure, such as like a train line coming through that adds to the scenery, a main river coming through, yes, there is a town scene. If you really want to, if you really need it, it is there. But a lot of the time, you know, if you're on a large farm, you spend a lot of time working on the large farm and not anywhere else, which I think this portrays very well. And I do really think this could grab my attention for quite some time, in all honesty. What I will be doing right about now is slinging 90 degrees to our right, which I think is up. Yeah. And away up the hill we go. Definitely need a good ATV to get up here though. A lot of ground to cover. Good ATV or a good truck for sure. As you can see, like I say, field 5 and 6 are pretty small. Wouldn't take too long in the one of the standard combines. But then 7, 8, 1 get pretty big indeed. That's a nice concrete road that leads up to the side of field 4. As you can see by the map, we have a fairly large cluster of machinery waiting for us here. I've already taken the liberty to open up all of the doors, just so we have an idea of what we'll be looking into. Before we go in, field 9 here is sunflowers. And we're just going to have a quick look, because field 9 is huge. Look at the size of it. And again, there's a nice little track down here that leads you back under the train line, allowing you to go and access the top of field 12. There we go. Which I think is pretty cool. I like the fact that it's a very small little train. And so far we've seen 3 different train types, which I think is very nice. It's a good little feature. Oh, there's another train. Any more? Trainsies? It's a busy main line here. I like that. Something to look at as you're driving past them up and down the field. And away up we go there. So that I wonder how much we don't own field 9. As you see when we log into the main menu here, let's get to the land portion of it here. We own this block here, which allows us, there are 9 different farm blocks or plots to buy. We own this significant size one. If we look over here, this will be like the north and the west of the main yard. That's £1 million. Wow, that's a lot of money. And then yeah, some nice sizes. So in an ideal world, if you really want to, this works quite well for multiplayer. If you were to bring in a couple of guys in there, you've got a good little number of fields to set up. Maybe someone starts south of the track, someone starts north, that kind of thing. Certainly could work quite well. But yeah, it's a lovely looking map. Moving back up to our little vehicle, we're going to have a look at, you start with, there's no loader or telehandler. Realistically, do you really need one to start with? No. You can survive without it. For me though, I always like to have something where I can load bales with. move grain around with, that kind of thing. First shed we see here, we got a drill. So we're looking at a Valstad drill here. This is a seed refill point by the looks of things. And then we've also got a Valstad cultivator and a subsoil plough there, really. Just a chisel plough. So you already know that we're going to have some large tractors to pull those because they're pretty hefty. Pretty hefty indeed. So as we walk around the corner here, into the combine. This is the standard in-game kind of medium-range combine. This is a T560i with the, what is this, 25-foot header on the back. So judging by the fields themselves, some of these fields are going to take a while with that machine. They really are, but it's a good size to get you going with at least. So really, and if you want to, you can always sell that, get a lot of money to put towards something bigger and better. You start with 3 machines, which I believe in real life is the same kind of range of equipment that the farm operates. So we have here a 7R, a Fast Track 4220, and a 6R. So that's a lot of horses under one shed there. For sure, plenty to get you going. This shed is the one I like a lot. This is like a grain store. Now if you open this up, this is our drive-through. Drive-through grain bin. Plenty of storage in there. I think that's a good look. More silos out there, of course, as well, so you should never run out of storage space. Moving across to our workshop now. Looks like a nice open workshop. Plenty of space to get in there with all equipment. The combine should easily fit through as well, which is very good indeed. This shed's intriguing. What have we got in here? Well, gosh darn, we got ourselves a grain store. Have we ever? Nice. I like a good grain store. That works out well. Good grain store and a huge, I would use this for storing a straw in, if I'm honest. I think that's the ideal storage place. Plenty of room there. You've got enough storage sheds elsewhere to store all your equipment in. Plenty of grain silos as well, as I mentioned. Just a nicely laid out, well thought out yard. And then cut back through here. And then here we go. So ultimately, my first views of this are always a little bit biased. I always do really enjoy this map. I have done for many different versions of this game, so it's lovely to see it come back. I think it's even better than it was in 17. 17, the conversion didn't really work too well, if I'm honest, but it was still an interesting map to me. From an ag standpoint, from purely arable, I think it's great. I think with the placeable systems, it gives you the opportunity to easily add livestock in here should you want to, with a bit of creativity. Any of these fields will be able to hold a good livestock farm, and I think it gives you plenty of opportunities as well. So with that said, I think there's a fantastic range for each and every one of you to get involved with and to hold your interest for sure. I would strongly recommend you go and download this. We're going for a bit of a rake and drive one here at the moment. We're going to just go along the very southern edge, I think. As I mentioned, it is available for PC players only right now. Available to download from FSUK. I would be very surprised if it ever came to console. I don't think it will, but never say never. Console players do hold tight. I'm sure. Oh, I've crashed. I'm sure we will be seeing a plethora of maps coming your way as soon as possible. For now, though, for me, Simulation for the Nation, I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, and we will. We may well bring us either a live stream or some content from this map. If you'd like to see either, do please let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see, and we'll see what we can do. But I'm still just going to have a bit of a play around on it, if anything else, on my own, just to see how it all feels. And we will see you later on. So until then, thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. We'll be back with more content throughout the week, and we'll see you then. So until then, have yourself a great day, and happy farming.